had a touchdown catch called back. We've seen what he can do as a ball carrier. What kind of potential does he have as a receiver?
Yeah, I think he's got just good skills with seeing the defense and a good feel. So when he's running these, choice routes and stuff from the backfield, he understands where the quarterback needs to put the ball, and then from there he's able to make plays, man. Obviously, he's great with shedding tackles and making plays after the catch, and the yak that comes with it. And so he's got a lot of potential with it. We just got to continue to grow in that area together and give him some opportunities. But from what we've done so far, even dating back to last year, he's made some catches and stuff last year out of the backfield as well. And so I'm really happy for him, and I know that we still have to continue to get better together.
The process, you and the running back being on the same page as far as those choice routes and just having an understanding of where he's going to be.
Yeah, like you can draw up a play on paper, but when everything is live and it's going full speed against another defense and stuff, there's another component of understanding where you need to be and how you need to run your route based off of leverage and all those kinds of things. And especially as a running back coming out of the backfield, that's such a big thing. Obviously, Christian is probably the best in the league to do it. And so for JP to jump in those shoes and try it out and feel it out, he's done a great job. And it's not easy. We've seen some running backs where you really can't do that kind of stuff because we've seen at practice and stuff because it's hard for them to read defenses and all that. But JP's got a great feel. He's a natural, and he's got great hands. You have to be able to catch the ball smoothly in transition, and he does that really well. So I'm excited to see what we can do with him.
You guys in offense still had a lot of success, obviously, but maybe it looks a little different than it has in the past in terms of pushing the ball down the field more, maybe a few more tight window throws. What are you seeing from defenses that maybe is kind of changing the way you have to go about getting that? And is that something that you think pertains to you guys specifically, or is it just kind of team specific in the defenses that you're facing?
I would say it's more team specific. Everybody sort of has a style of how they play. Minnesota did their zone coverages and everything like that were brought all out. Last week against the Patriots, they did a good job of playing man and funneling everything to the middle. So there's different themes every week. Obviously they're going to scheme us up and try to do what's best for them and stopping us with the playmakers that we have. But at the same time, I do feel like there may be a theme of man coverage and try to play one-on-one football. We got that from the Rams. We got that last week at the Patriots. So we do see it more and more to get man. And so for us, what does that mean? We just got to beat the guy in front of us, and then for me as a quarterback, I got to be accurate with the ball, and we got to execute. That's football at its finest, and so I feel like we may see that a little bit more, but at the same time, you never know because every defense has their different style. So hopefully that.
Defenses are purposely mucking up the middle of the field a little bit more in terms of trying to take away some of the intermediate crossers and things that you've kind of made a living off of for the last couple of years.
No, I 100% agree that they are. I feel like my rookie year and that 2022 season, even with Jimmy, man, we hit a lot of stuff over the middle, and we had a lot of explosives like that and cross-courting plays and getting the ball into like Debo and BA's hands, and then they break it one tackle and they're gone. And so I feel like we do see a lot more help and stuff in the middle of the field for sure, but at the same time, that opens up other things and avenues and areas for us to get better and attack. And so some defenses do that, some don't. And so I guess that's something that we've seen over the last year or so, but we have to adjust, man. That's football.
You guys have made 25 career regular season starts now. Where have you seen or recognized the biggest growth that you've made during that time? And then what's the next step for you to take it into even higher level?
Yeah, I think, over the last year or so, it's been about getting in and executing and doing my job well. And I feel like when I first got in, it was, all right, how can I handle this offense as a whole, just mentally with how Kyle calls it and the language that it is. It's tough, man. And you got to study it. You got to be on top of your stuff. And I feel like I've grown in that area for sure. And then I think just for myself, the challenge for me now is, man, how can I continue to have that mentality of having the chip on my shoulder and competing every down in the game for 4 quarters. I feel like when I first got in my rookie year, there was this energy of, hey, I'm a young guy getting thrown in, man. I'm going to just show my guys that I can compete and bring it every down and every play and give our team a chance. And sometimes, when you play for a long time, you can sort of lose that and get into the mental part of the game of I need to do this in the game or that in the game. But what it boils down to is for 4 quarters, man, how can you compete and elevate everybody else's game around you by doing what it takes to win, and that simplicity of it. So I feel like that's still an area that I can learn from and grow and be reminded that that's what football is. So
You guys have kicked.
Follow up on that question. Your teammates, they believe in you. It's clear when they're asked about you and your abilities, but there's this crowd of people that they still want you to make a believer, or want you to make them a believer that you can do what it is that you can do. Do you ever listen to that kind of stuff and go out in a game and say, like, watch this, or do you just block it all out?
yeah, no, I don't, buy into really what people say about me or what they believe about me. Like I said before, all that matters is for me to come in, do my job really well, allow this offense to move and be the machine that it is, and go out and win, find a way to win. And so if we're doing that, I mean, people can say all that they want, but if I'm performing for my guys in the locker room and the coaches and in this organization, that's all that matters. And so I continue to hang my hat on that, and that's my mindset every game is I'm playing for these guys right here, no one else. Like, obviously our faithful and the fans and everything, but more than anything, man, the guys in the locker room that we go to work with every single day. And so that's my mindset. And then obviously if you watch the film and the games, then you see what you see. So
Early in the game, you hit Brandon on a crosser. It's kind of a deep cross. So it's like 5th play, and the route combination seemed really to make him wide open. What did you anticipate when you were going through that play the night before, and did it shake out the way you thought it would?
Yeah, I mean, they had 2 safeties split deep. They played cover 2. We had a guy on the outside running off a corner and a safety, and then all BA had to do was clear this Mike linebacker going deep in the middle of the field. And so as I'm dropping back, going through my read, I'm like, all right, we got this. If I can get this ball out in front and BA cross that linebacker, we should be good. And so, the night before, we have our set of plays that we're going to try to run in the beginning of the game, and I just try to go through every scenario with coverages and stuff of what's my answer if I get this coverage or that. And so with cover 2 on that play, I was like, all right, if we get this, I just got to get enough time for BA to cross field, and it should be there. And sure enough, it was. So
defense is giving him this season?
I mean, I feel like he's definitely a guy that, when defenses are scheming up our offense, they got to circle 11 and know that if you leave him one-on-one, he's going to be a target at some point in the game. And so they do their best of, clouding, putting a safety over the top and double teaming him and all that kind of stuff. But, for us, that's football. We still have plenty of opportunities for us to be able to get him the ball and stuff. And that's something that, throughout the game plans and stuff throughout the week, we still find a way to make it work. So I know we're going to get him plenty of targets and plays coming, so we're excited about it.
You kicked more short field goals than you probably wanted to see in the first 4 games. I think you're 50% in the red zone, and last year was like 68. The obvious answer is the best red zone back in the league is not playing. But what other things do you see that you guys can get in the end zone with the kind of frequency you did last year?
Man, I mean, I know it sounds pretty cliche, but I think just the simple executing your job, and everybody doing their part. There's been everybody sort of had their moments in the red zone, including myself, with reads, protection, guys picking up certain guys, and that's what it comes down to, man. It takes 11 guys to do their job really well, and then for us to be on point when it comes to the throw and catch. And so that's what it comes down to. Obviously, I think being able to run the ball in is a huge thing, and so when it comes down to 3rd down and stuff, we just have to execute better in the red zone, and that's what it comes down to, and that's why we haven't executed the way we've wanted to at our standard, and that's why we've had to kick so many field goals. But everybody just has to do their job. You learn early throughout the season of what it takes, and it's not just given to you down there. Especially down there, everything's tighter. So we just got to be on point and learn from our mistakes and push each other in that area. So.
How Juszczyk, maybe more so than most, is really obsessed with like what he puts in his body and health and all that. Is that, I don't know, anything you can speak to as far as, have you noticed that? And do those guys like him and Kittle and Christian, have they influenced you as far as what it takes to stay in this game for a long time?
100%. I mean, you see the longevity of Juszczyk and for how old he is, because he's extremely old. For how long he's been playing, seriously at a high level, and he's still looks great and feels great, and he's there at every practice and every game and every moment, man. He's there. Juice is there. And so obviously the way he prepares and what he puts into his body is real. Same with George, Christian, Fred, Bosa, like all these guys, man, the best of the best. Every little thing matters. Sleep, hydration, nutrition, those are things that they hone on, and we see it literally every day in the cafeteria of what they put into their body and how some things can make your body inflamed and not recover as fast. And that's why they're eating so clean and stuff. So they're a testament to that. I've definitely learned from them. Obviously, I want to continue to get better in that area and as my career goes on. But he's a testament to it, so he's the best to do it.
In your mic'd up, you said to Debo after that play that you could have led him a little bit more. What did you see from that play when you were in it and then afterwards watching the film?
Yeah, I still believe that. If I would have just let him in stride, I think that's a touchdown. But obviously the safety that was in the middle of the field wasn't getting deep, and we had a post on in which Debo ran really well. And, for me, I saw him so open that I didn't want to overthrow him. I did that last year against the Rams. There's some plays where I've underthrown him too, and so I was just trying to get a completion. But in hindsight, man, it's like, man, I got to be aggressive. I got to lead him in stride and trust him more than anything for him to go and make that play. And so that's what I meant by it. So I wish I would have let him, and it would have been a touchdown. But JP finished it either way. So.
And then you confirmed it after you watching the film.
Correct. Yeah, 100%. So.
One more, Brock. After its best start in almost 25 years, care to comment on the unbeaten Iowa State Cyclone?
Oh, yeah. Man, just what Coach Campbell's done over there, what he believes in, all the guys that he's got rallied going. They got really good players. They got a good team, good culture. I'm pumped for them, so I just hope they keep going. I know they will. They're going to compete every Saturday and bring their best. And, man, am I proud to be a Cyclone and see them have their success. So. Thanks, guys.